Welcome back everybody to Golf Test Dummy, the channel where I use my game to help your game. And today I have a product that I think may just end up saving you a little bit of cash while helping you work on your practice. Let's get into it. I'm going to be doing a review of this. This company reached out to me about a month ago and they said, we'd love to send you one of these mats. We want you to test it out. And I want to say right now, from the beginning, I get paid nothing from this company. From the looks of it, when I open it up, it comes with these plastic tees. It comes with this tee base that's built into the bottom and put into here. And you can see they included a couple of extra slots if you want to punch those out and move that tee around. It's got a simulated rough area. It's got the fairway or slash tee box type grass. And one thing you notice about the rough is that it has grain. You can go against the grain or you can go with the grain. I think that's a cool little feature. And another thing that I really want to test out and check to see is if I put the ball with my club coming into it one direction versus the other direction, do I feel a difference? Also, I want to see if I can nest the ball down in this rough to kind of settle it for simulating some bad lies. There's really no reason to practice at home if you can't simulate what you're actually going to see out in the real world. Indoor practice a lot of times is the only way to stay sharp, and something like this and a cheap drop cloth like that hung from the ceiling can literally be the difference between you staying sharp for the upcoming golf season or you having to spend half of your golf season out there trying to knock the rust off. Let's get into this review. Let's go. All right, we're going to start out with some simple pitching wedges. I'll start out with some pitch shots. First thing I notice is that the ball and the turf, where it sits, are considerably above my feet. I would say that it's probably moved it up 1 inch. Now, if you've ever been fitted for golf clubs, you'll know that anytime you raise the platform that you're hitting off of, as far as where the ball is sitting, it will affect your lie angle. And as soon as you raise that surface, look, it puts the toe up in the air a little bit. What you may have to do to combat that, and I don't have anything like that here, but if you have some of those foam garage mats, like the impact mats that you stand on, I think that would really help things out. As it sits, I'm going to just go with what I have here. I don't really need to test that. I know that that will help, but I want to test the mat out itself. That's really good for pitching. Now, if you're hitting into a net, or you're just hitting out in your backyard and you're just hitting some pitch shots just to work on your short game, something like this is fantastic, because the grass that you hit out of a lot of times in your backyard or wherever, it's not going to be like golf course grass for most of us. So let's hit another. Let's get a half pitch shot and see if it changes a little bit. That's not bad. I can tell you right now, the mat moved a little bit. I kind of figured it would. This is a slick, what they call a sort of a slick finish on this concrete floor. I think it's going to slide the more shots I hit. Let's try it again. Now let's kick it up a little bit. Let's get to more of a full swing. I haven't really warmed up yet, but let's just go for it. Let's see what happens. That moved. It didn't move nearly as much as I thought it would. But let's try one more. Let's see. I mean, I can live with that. You don't have to bend over to adjust it. You can just tap it with your foot back into place. All right, now let's test out the short tee. I've got it sitting on the short tee here. I've got an 8-iron in hand. Going to kind of simulate a par 3. All right, so off of that tee, it's done fairly well. All right, next test, I'm going to hit out of the rough on this mat with the grain. All right, now let's spin it around. And we'll go into the grain with this one. Let's see if I can make it sit down. You can get it to nest in there a little bit. That's kind of half in the rough, so now I'm going to have to go through and be a little bit steeper with my descent when I come into it. Let's see. Play it back in my stance just a little bit. Being able to simulate a less than ideal lie indoors. That's fantastic. Okay, now my apologies. I can't get the mat and my full swing and everything in on this shot because I don't have the room to move the camera back, and I just want to kind of show you. This is how I've set it up. I'm having to go the other direction now. So let's give this a shot. I'm going to swing really easy in the beginning. I just want to make sure that my range of motion is okay. Okay, so there's shot number one. I don't know how that sounds on camera, but in here that is supremely loud. All right, let's try again. The tee, let me show you. The tee is still in the mat. It is unchanged. I'll say this. I was actually surprised by how well this stayed in place with those iron strikes off of this mat. I really thought that it was going to go sliding, probably a good 6 to 8 inches, but in reality, all it did was just kind of bump like that. It would just move a slight amount. And again, you can just a quick second with your foot to readjust it. I'm impressed that the tee actually stayed in. This is a great way to practice hitting out of that rough and getting better at putting club on ball and then seeing how it feels coming out of here. You know what I mean? You'll feel when you're going into the green and the ball's buried, you'll feel it kind of grab your club a little bit more. This is as good a quality mat of this size as I've ever seen. If you need an alternative, if you need something cheaper to be able to practice indoors or on your back patio, even when it's fair weather, you just don't want to go out to the range, just to get in some reps and stay sharp for under $30, it's hard to beat something like this. If you click the link to Amazon down in my description, it will take you to the general Amazon page. It will take you to your Amazon page. It's not my Amazon store. It's nothing like that. You can buy anything that you want to buy on Amazon.